everybody, it's Jennifer.
And Allison.
And we're AJ & Co. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're going to make a beaded wreath out of some beautiful wooden beads, and we're going to put some flowers on it. So let's get started.
Yay, I'm excited about today. These wreaths are everywhere.
Yes, they are. I got one of these wire frames from Dollar Tree. I wanted to make it a 2-ring wreath. And I just took my wire cutters and came in and I cut the sections away that I wanted to use. So I just kind of came in here and just cut a piece off. And I'm just going to kind of demonstrate here, though I already have my pieces cut. So you can see how it cuts away. And I would just come back and cut this other piece away too.
So you use the inner 2 pieces for that?
I used the outside piece and I used the inside piece. So here's what I got in the end. And I just came in and cut it apart so that I could load my beads on it. Here is one from the inside that I've already put the beads on. I just took some painter's tape and taped my 2 ends together, and I'm going to show you how we're going to put the beads on for this larger one. So,
painter's tape would work good, or you could use some floral tape maybe to hold it on,
wire,
duct tape.
Anything is fine.
Yep.
I already had my beads laid out in the pattern that I wanted, and so for demonstration, I took them off of here and we put them on the string to kind of keep them all in order, and we put a knot at the end so that they wouldn't come off. And then I'm just gonna take them off. Well, this is long. I'm gonna cut this down. Put your feet up so far. Oh, here you go. We're just gonna take them off and we're gonna load them on here. And I was gonna say, if you knew how you wanted them and you started in the middle, you could actually load them from both ends. I found when I was feeding them on earlier that I got to a certain point where it seemed a little hard to get them to move, and so I actually started to feed them from the other end, just kind of to the center. So you just kind of load them on here. I've kind of got these on here in like a graduated size, but you could make them all the same size or make really any pattern that you like. It's all personal preference, whatever you find appealing. After you have them all on here with the paintbrush and paint a design on them, a stripe or polka dot or something like that if you wanted, or you could mix natural ones and colored ones. They're real easy to color with a little bit of acrylic paint and some water. Kind of stains them, or you could stain them with wood stain. Anything like that would really work.
And we used these same beads when we were making our beaded garland in our previous video, and
yes,
we actually did color those. I'll show you a little bit of what we did with those that were colored. So again, if you wanted them to be colored on your wreath, we did some of these for our spring one and our lemon one. You can use those and do colored beads on your wreath.
And I like to take my beads, and I've taken mine and I've separated them by size, and I put them in mason jars, and then I actually made a label with the bead size for the top of the jar, so I could reference that if I wanted to order more, if I ran out, because after you get so many of these things, it's really a little difficult to remember what's what. All right, so you probably need to come. Do you hold that end? I'm gonna try to bring them back this way just a little bit for you. I'll give you some more. Oh, yeah, you got room. Okay. So then I'm just gonna take my ends and kind of hold them over. I really like, if I can, to push the end through the last bead on each side. And it's a little hard to see on the camera, like that. It's just hard to keep them straight and do it. Let me try it again. Because I don't want a big gap in my beads. I want my beads to be tight on the wreath. Okay, but that'll kind of hold that end under too. And then when I run my tape around it, thank you. When I run my tape around it, it'll kind of keep it a little more secure. I'm just using a piece of painter's tape. Masking tape, anything like that would work. Duct tape if you had it. I don't have a lot of luck with duct tape. It has a tendency to get away from me, so this for me was a better choice. So there we go. So now they're all on there. So there's the large one. There's the small one. And I thought I would kind of put them together like this and put a piece of wire. This is just some thin wire. I think it's probably, let's see if I can tell you, I don't know. Oh, it's a 26 gauge. That's what I thought it was without looking. I wasn't sure. You can kind of wire them together a little bit if you want to. And then I'm gonna put some flowers on them.
So super simple Dollar Tree wreath, and as you can see, we only used 2 pieces off of that. So if you wanted to do the wreath and do something else, you could make some more.
I still have a piece left.
Yep.
And I had gone and bought just the little flowers. I actually ordered these from Amazon, and I had used them in another project, and I went in and cut them apart, and then I've taken some floral tape and try to wrap them together a little bit here, just to kind of hold the stems together. And I'm not very good with floral tape, y'all. Let me just be real here. It's so sticky on my fingers and not so sticky on itself. But anyway, I thought I would just kind of feed these into each other, and I'm gonna wire them right into the middle here. Try to feed them together if I can. Of course, everything always so cooperative. Maybe I won't feed them together. Maybe I'll just lay them together like this.
Sometimes it works smoothly, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, mostly it doesn't. So let's see. Yeah, I can take a piece of wire and wire those together. Allison's probably better at this than I am. I'm gonna give it my best shot. And then I can always take my flowers and pull them to the middle to fill in this gap. This really don't want to work. It's the story of my life.
Sometimes it's better to have two sets of hands.
Yeah, I think God should have given us 4 hands. All right, so those are now together a little bit, and I'm just gonna put them on here. And like I say, I think once I get them secured on there, I will fluff those flowers out so that you don't see that gap. You could even put a bow on it, I guess, if you want to.
I've seen them with bows.
Seen them with bows. And just kind of all kinds of things. So let's see how successful or unsuccessful this little venture will be. This is me we're talking about. I got like 5 million wires now.
Well, that's the beauty of the thin wire. You can't really see it.
Really silver. And I'm just going to kind of adjust my flowers a little bit, see if we can camouflage the gap. And I could always come back in, I guess, with another flower and hot glue it into the center. There it is, just kind of a cute little beaded wreath. And I made mine a little smaller. I thought I might hang it actually on a mirror or something. So anyway, there it is. So it's a frame from the Dollar Tree, and I cut 2 sections out to get my rings, and then just some flowers that I already had, and I just kind of ripped them apart and refashioned them back together and put them on the top. So there we go, 5 minutes.
5 minutes and
you're good to go.
What do you think that cost us?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I would say less than $10.
Right, so
Easily.
you're gonna buy something like this, you're gonna pay a lot more than that, and you can't just necessarily customize your flowers. So this way you can get the flowers, the colors that you want, and make it match your decor.
Yes.
I think that turned out great.
All right, thanks guys. We'll see you next time.
Remember to subscribe, click for notifications, and ring the bell.
Yay, ring the bell. Bye.